everything is where it technically needs to be. I just don't know how loud certain things are, and this is where it's great. It's a good thing. It's a great thing we do everything in 1080p when we're streaming, because as anybody can tell you, once I start doing recordings and sharing screens, things can get real fun. But because I am the least concerned. But yes, we slay transition. Hey, studio, I gotta fix my chair again. But Yar, hello, hi, and welcome. So, the only person that's done anything like this before quit. So, you know exactly what this is all about. Exactly what's going on, what's happening here. This is a document, for lack of better terminology, where we can all come back to it later on and be like, you know, hey, these were things that were said at that time that haven't changed, but something's happened. Enlighten me, DM. The fuck's going on? So, without further ado, we've got straight on spoilers. Points of light, sans lens flares. Because this is not a Michael Bay production. I'm sharing my screen for all y'all. No, that's just too small. That is not what she said.
Am I mistaken? Did you post the Foundry link?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
We'll get to that, do not worry. But here is everything, and I am not dropping or missing frames, so if you guys want to jump in on that screen share to be like, hey, we're looking. I don't have noise.
We got music this time? The production is raised.
No, that's the shit that's playing on stream. I forget every time I do that, regardless of the audio. It's like, hey. So, let's run it now. I'm taking notes here on this. It's hilarious because I have horrible handwriting. So if anybody wants to see how bad it is, there's a set of notes in the Dragonlance section that's just, oh boy. But just as I do a quick run and double check, one last time on these lock-in materials before we go ahead and pick up. Alpha, Warlock, Shadowkai.
Yeah.
Subclass in mind?
X-Blade.
Blade, cool. Jason, not here at the moment. King, not here at the moment. There's who I'm missing. Cool. So, next up on the list, I'm gonna say Quinn, Miros. Miros, Sorcerer, Shadowkai, subclass in mind?
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Divine, fantastic. Nye, Corleone, Druid? Shifter, subclass in mind for this druid?
I was probably thinking Moon Druid.
Moon.
Classic.
Sweet. Then, this is I fill this in because it's been a while since I've been on this laptop. I then have Vampy, whose character's name I have spent all day looking at and I'm immediately drawing a blank on.
All of them. It's like Almond, but a little different.
Alpha Lima Victor Uniform November Delta.
Sorry, what was that?
Alpha Lima Victor Uniform November Delta. Alvund.
Honestly, I just put words together.
Yeah, same. Don't worry. That's how the language of the English works, apparently. Class was Ranger?
Fighter.
Fighter, oh. Okay. And the subclass that you had in mind?
None at this moment, nah.
Go blank, nobody's. So, these are the subclasses in mind. I'm going to double check with D&D Beyond as well, make sure everything's good. I get the fun feeling that King may be looking at himself to become a battle master, not too sure. and I think Jason was looking along the lines of being I want to say, potentially ancients. Let me just double check this here. This is the points of light. I may have then made a little mistake with a character. Yeah, I think I may have made a mistake with someone's thing, but I'll double check that at a later date. So, now that we're here, we're going to go over everything that's here. So, there is about 14 pages. I technically have all night. Falling asleep, however, is a different story. It happened up since 8 AM. It's now nearly 1 AM. And I've only had 2 monsters. White monsters as well, which if you know anything about monsters, that's rare. Anyway, sexual jokes aside, points of discussion. I did not put transitions in here. Fantastic. So, brief overview of the lines and veils that we'll go over tonight. See what you all consider acceptable before we begin. A little case of what can I do for you apart from show up every week. Understand the game won't happen without me showing up every week. It's literally the bare fucking minimum that I can do. What I'd really like for you guys, barring your love and support, which I mean, let's be honest, you're not going to do that anyway, I mean, look at me. And then just to answer a question, why does 0 Celsius plus 0 Celsius equal 32?
Maybe it got converted to Fahrenheit.
Right, and that's weird. Because...
Right.
Oh, no, you and I... Oh, it's a nice even split. You, me, Jason, Florida man, and wherever Vamp is from. Go on, say Florida. Say it.
Oh wait, I don't have any alcohol in it.
You're old enough to drink now?
Yeah, I'm 22.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So, put a lot of love and care into this. Let's see how things go. First and foremost on the list, lines and veils. So, very, very simple one. I put this in the basic, most simple terms for all of us. You've all done an RPG consent sheet, if you recall. So an awful lot of data is pulled from that. Now,
yeah, all the stuff you like and you don't like the sexual themes, the murder and stuff like that.
All the things that make D&D really good, you know, the gaslighting and all that shit.
Yeah.
Great laugh. I helped King fill it in. Well, I don't know how I feel about gaslighting. I don't think I filled that in. I'm like, what do you mean gaslighting? It's like gaslighting, you know, gaslighting isn't on the sheet. And you had to go back and double check the sheet. I felt good for 5 minutes about that one, I did. So, the only person, I'll let you take a guess. Who do you think the only person missing sending me something is?
Nye?
No, Nye actually sent me his sheets twice. He sent it again about 3 hours ago.
Congrats, Nye. Sorry.
Jason! I only have a consent sheet for him. But, if you all recall at the very top of the sheet, if this game were a movie, what would it be classed as? So...
Oh yeah, I sent my stuff early. I sent it on a 9th.
And then I spent 2 weeks chasing you for a fucking profile picture, which I got today.
Yeah.
So, these ratings will be good for some and kind of vague for others because, you know, British Board of Film Classification, I would say we're about a 15. There's going to be a lot of swearing, let's be honest here. I'm Scottish, the word fuck is just a comma to me. That's how prevalent
I want to do the
it is.
counter. I want to do the swear counter VM.
Oh, you.
Oh, have fun.
Well, that episode of South Park. MPAAR restricted. I thought NC-17 at first, and then I saw the list of films in NC-17, and I'm like, no, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hills Have Eyes, this will not be. So, MPAAR. Or the Kiekenweiser 16, I believe I may have fucked that up, but again, I'm not Dutch.
Brother, Sweeney Todd's it's Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd is rated R. The line for R is very the bar's in hell.
So there's a film.
Isn't it like most PG-13 movies are more graphic than rated R? I think that was in America. Yeah.
There's a film. There's an old film. I say old. Oh no, I think it's like, oh, I actually think it's like early 2000s now. Called Event Horizon. It's a horror film, cosmic horror film, very good film. It's been heavily censored, by the way. However, my friend in Belgium for my 16th birthday sent me it as a DVD, and it was rated 16. In the UK, it's rated 18. So you know, you can see how fast and loose we're playing with this here. If you have time, just look up the documentaries on Event Horizon and how much it was edited. It was initially getting an adults-only rating. They had to cut 20 minutes of it, and they very sparingly got the restricted. But yeah, we're gonna go into horror. I know, we're playing a campaign set in the Shadowfell, and it's like, oh, horror, how do we feel about horror? Well, there's how we feel about horror.
Oh, okay.
You guys get no idea, and I say this so much, and I say it at work, I love a good spreadsheet. It's just perfect. So, a few things that we were all good with. Bugs. Someone had an issue with blood. I got bad news for you. We have a whole condition called bloodied. 2024 is a good little thing, however. We've been using it since before, so don't worry. And I don't describe too much blood. However, there are some pretty graphical things in here. I will say, at one point, there is this particular section where you are wading about stomach high through blood to search for an item. So that'll be a fun graphic one. Eyeballs. Nobody had any issues with eyeballs. Fun fact, I have a great issue with eyeballs. There's an old film, and when I say old, I do mean old. It's in fucking black and white, where someone has a razor blade run across their eye, and it shows you the whole fucking eye. And that's a no for Matthew. Gore. I do not expect to read too much gore. There are some pretty fun images, I'll say. So we're running these. These are our modules. They are split, so you know. But in terms of our beautiful imagery, I would say some of the goriest things we may see in here. You know, I thought this was the one with the. This is Pyramid of Shadows, right? Yeah, not Pyramid of Shadows that has it. It's the other one. Not the Keep on the Shadowfell, but the Thunderspire Labyrinth that has it. You will see throughout this entire campaign, I'm going to be switching between two books. Because, you know, just what we need. So let me give you the example now for yourselves. Here is the aforementioned wading through the blood.
Ooh.
And that's also the image that will be shown at the time. Barring in that, not too much gore-wise, which is good. And I don't tend to go into too much gore unless I'm trying to really set something utterly deprived. That comes up sometimes. Animal harm. Just so you're aware, the only animal harm will be if you decide to Batista bomb a wolf. No puppies shall be kicked. Same with child harm. Kids may be there. Fuck them kids, but them kids may be there. But if shit picks up, them kids be gone. Rats and spiders, also not really a big issue. So, some of it is a bit weird, but essentially, I'll try to hide what I can where I can. 4E does have some rather grotesque images. Like, they try their hardest to be edgy, you can tell. And it has worked to some effect, I guess. The lines I draw are rather similar to yourselves. Like I said, you'll only be killing wild animals, no puppies shall be kicked, and I absolutely do not fuck with eyeballs. So this was the main of it. Veiling any eyeballs for myself, and veiling animal harm, though again, no puppies shall be kicked, and no foxes shall be Batista bombed.
So animal harm is veiled, and yet child harm is yes.
well, children just won't. If children are in a scene, if shit starts to pick off, children will have like just faded it in the background and gone by that point there. So you can always assume. You can always assume that if you drop 5 fireballs in a village, the kids were rushed away to the nuclear fallout shelter and given their bracelets. You know, some of them were cryogenically frozen. A guy called Gary got out and made a few clones of himself.
What about a kid named Steve?
There's relationships now. So we're okay for some special cuddle buddies. One person would like it to be a bit more veiled in how explicit things will be. Let me tell you right now, same. I've had some shit come up. Shit, this is water, but there's gin over there, and I feel I may take to it eventually. But yeah, romance and sexual.
Was my wedding in hell really that traumatizing for you?
Alpha fucked King. Jason went to a whorehouse.
I'm glad to know that I'm normal, all things considered.
I mean, Jason and Latara both went to a whorehouse.
It's just a standard.
So,
oh wait, wait, that reminds me of the thing I sent the DM when I was drunk.
You sent me a thing drunk? Either way.
Remember the
You had a Richard moment.
the thing today? Drunk idea? Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, don't worry, yeah, I know that. So, romantic relationships. Not very explicit. I guess someone's not here for PDAs. Yeah. Is what it is. Do your best to be discreet. You know, make it obvious without being graphic, I suppose is the phrase I'm looking for here. In terms of sex, people have said veiled. A lot of people are like, yeah, sure. 2 people are like, veil that shit. For me, it's a case of let's just, you know,
like pan away.
Yeah, fade to black. It's like one of the heterosexual sex scenes from Dragon Age Origins. There's a kiss and it pans off. You're not fucking Iron Bull here. Most people were like, fade it off. Yeah, just fade it off. Shit happens. Good. Explicits again. Very split amongst the board. Veil, no. I'd rather no myself. Let's be honest here. Just putting it out there.
Just say it in Fade to Black and
PC.
Another scene.
PC to NPC. I will not be doing that. I may outrageously flirt with your character for the absolute fun of it. Rest assured, it's just me being an ass. The NPC does not want you, no matter how much you may think. They're not playing hard to get. They're not. Alright? Just very flirtatious. PC on PC, that's totally between you and that PC. However, again, that's between yous. Just keep it to yourself, just keep it in the background, and nobody needs to know about that. Don't want to up the age rating here. So, once we get into the no-no squares, people start having a bit of problems. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we don't want anybody on the registry.
So yeah, this is kind of how I kind of put to it. I'm no for PC on PC and NPC. So like, if you guys are doing that thing, you know, that's between you and whoever that person is. Just be adults and discuss that, and don't bleed into it. That's bleeding is a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't bleed into it.
It says veil for explicit romance. What would count as explicit romance? Just being obnoxiously like PDA-ful?
Yeah, if you have to bring up that every 5 minutes you're with this person doing this person's thing, like
Okay, well that's not like, that's just being annoying.
Yeah. However, annoying isn't an option here. So, like, there's not an option on this list. Like, I mean, technically there was additional topics or like social and cultural issues where someone could have went being an annoying dick. I have 6 RPG consent sheets and nobody wrote that one, so who knows? Maybe next campaign.
Maybe you should add it in.
That's a bit late now. So yeah, we're all aligned basically everywhere else, and we're not getting. We basically, once we get into 50 Shades of Faerun, that's when things start to differ. But I'm aiming for 15 here, and I'm not narrating or listening to that. I mean, like, dear God, the wedding was cringe.
That was incredible. I don't know what I want to say.
Yeah, it's almost like the person who was involved in it thinks it's incredible. In other news, bombing that village wasn't a war crime, said the guy that bombed the village.
Did they sign the Geneva Convention?
You mean the Geneva Suggestions?
Yes.
We're technically in Canada. So, let's sum this up with a simple sentence when it comes to social issues. Don't be a dick. Simple, right? Like, things might get a little saucy and a bit campy. I will definitely be the catalyst for this. Just putting it out there. There is outrageous flirting that happens in the Tomb of Annihilation game alone. I love it. Every session, Gark asked, what happens if we just kiss? 32 sessions. He asks it every time. So, here are the things that people are for and people are against. Surprisingly, everybody was like, yay, sexism. Okay.
I mean, that's par per the game setting.
Yeah. Real world religion. I don't care about religion, I'll be honest. Like, my favourite pastime is going onto TikTok or messaging Q and just talking shit about Christians. You know, it's hilarious. Do I care about Christianity? No. But I do enjoy winding people up, I do. It could bite me in the ass one day. Racism. One person's like, veil the racism. So the racist character will be veiled. As a white ghost with a pointy white hat.
That wasn't me, by the way. That wasn't me.
Oh, King's here. Hello, hi.
What's up?
Assalamu alaikum, darling. But yeah, racism, homophobia. So, homophobia, I'll say now. This is like, yeah, sure. Real world religion's the only thing I won't touch here. Maybe prior, like when we're like pre-session, chatting shit. Once the game starts, not so much. As it says here, I don't see sexuality coming into this. It is not a case, like it's a case that the NPCs don't know unless you make it known, and you know, what's it their business? Sexism is a fun one though, because to me, you know, it's a great comeuppance. It's just basically someone underestimating you because you're a woman, and then you do something they can't do, and they get butthurt. You know, it's an easy character W. I don't really see it coming up.
How many
again,
people here are women?
what was that?
How many people here are women?
One.
Am I the only one playing a female?
Like you're the only female in general.
Yes. I think that's what he's trying to say.
But it's definitely one of those things that ain't gonna come up. I mean, technically speaking, Nye's playing a shifter, so like, you know, all I'm saying is like,
I did make it work. I'm just saying.
He could shift some boobs, son.
give me a second, guys. Let me walk back out of here. I'll walk back in with a set of tits. Double D.
It's D&D, like homophobia.
D&D, so D&D, double D.
It's D&D. It's a 55 double D.
I would not be objectified by my breast size. You hear me?
I mean, it's D&D. Homophobia is pretty much a non-issue. I mean, most of the characters just kind of look like that already. So I mean, I don't think anyone really bats an eye.
Yeah, no one's like I said, no one's gonna care. It's not gonna come up, so pointless. You know, racism is one of those things that can come up, like, but it's specifically in-game racism, where it's like you know, it's like, hey, don't trust those orcs. Don't trust those orcs, right? They eat babies.
It makes my world go around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, don't trust those orcs. They eat babies. Don't trust those elves. They live too long. They know too many things. They have many secret societies. Everybody knows what the elves are doing. All right. It's an elvenist state, is what it is.
Oh, don't forget about knife ears. Don't forget about them.
Ah, classic.
In the classic sign language of spitting on the ground when a tiefling enters your midst.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the fact that the elves have built tunnels under the cities. Yeah.
The wood elves are in the trees.
And they're speaking Vietnamese. But as we roll on to the next part, health. So I expect everybody here to have like a full checkup and all your vaccinations. JK. This one's a little bit difficult because there's a lot of things here, and I don't agree with some of it, and I just don't see a reason why they would come up in a TTRPG. However, I do understand that these sheets cover a very broad base of other games, such as say Vampire the Masquerade, and these things could come up there. So some of this stuff that's marked yes is not going to show. This is our biggest table to date. So, Cancer, this is not going to come up.
Thank you.
Like, what, like...
Doesn't exist in Faerun.
I just don't see how it could have anything of any meaningful meat and context. That's claustrophobia. Like claustrophobia, that could come up. Tight spaces, you know. Freezing to death. I mean, whilst yes, it's a possibility.
Yeah, you also have like cone of cold and stuff like that.
Yeah, but cone of cold kills you more so by the shock, I would say. Freezing to death, but yeah. Gaslighting, no, that doesn't exist, so you don't need to worry about that. Genocide, again.
I see what you did there.
I was going to say genocide isn't something that would come up, although I'm distinctly remembering that time Jalen walked up to a village of 40 bugbears and 40 bullywugs and cast fireball on them. And they were like the only bullywugs in this entire dungeon, so technically speaking genocide cropped up. But we made it funny.
That's not technically, that's actually literally.
But we made it funny by playing the Beatles, Here Comes the Sun, so it's okay.
You sure it wasn't
I think I missed that session, unfortunately.
I think I did.
If I remember correctly.
It's a whole lot of shorts, don't worry. But yeah, I whilst I don't see it coming up, you know, players, heat stroke, again, similar to freezing to death, that's a possibility of rocking up. You know, we got some stuff here, so it could. Natural disasters.
I mean,
potentially.
Our campaign. I mean, Mount Hottentote erupted. That's a natural disaster.
Paralysis. I mean, being paralyzed is like a condition technically, so we really can't stop that one. Police aggression.
I mean, guards chasing us down for something stupid we did.
I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, my character is white.
That helps a lot, yes.
It's not a racist joke, he is black. Like, he's just playing to his strengths. He's playing to his comedic strength here. But yeah, police aggression, really not something that's going to come up. Like, you're not going to be, like, lying on the ground with, like, 4 guards shouting stop resisting as they attack you with advantage. Pregnancy issues.
Unless you're a drow.
Pregnancy issues, again, just not something that's going to come up. No pregnant women will be kicked down a set of stairs. Just not happening. Self-harm is technically a veil here. Simply just due to the fact that there are certain spells that do require you to, like, get blood real quick. And technically speaking, the quickest way to get that blood is to give yourself, you know, a quick bite.
But hold on, so wait, none of that bullshit where like people try to give themselves an extra round of fucking rage as barbarian by like hitting himself.
Barbarians can now give themselves that extra round of rage simply by expending their bonus action.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a new rule they put in because people were constantly cheesing the whole, I'll punch myself. So
yeah, that got me fucked up.
Yeah, done my fucking head in, that did.
I'd be like, no, it's just simple. Go ahead.
Severe weather, there's potentially a chance. I will say I've got my hands on the next module in. The art in it's very good. Still got that new book smell, despite the fact it's from 2008. I'm very clearly the first person to have used this, and I feel like I'm defiling
Privileged.
dirty little book. What the fuck? There's definitely some parts here where I think between campaign part 1 and campaign part 2, you will potentially do a little journey at sea, so technically speaking, severe weather could come up. As well as that, I don't know what's going to come up in the future. I've got 5 more modules to buy. So goodness knows what will come up. Sexual assault was just a straight no. Starvation might come up, might not. I don't know if we should do tracking rations. That'll be something we can talk about. Terrorism.
Please, no more. No more, please.
Terrorism, again, that's a fun one because, technically speaking, at what point does the bunch of goblins that are harassing the village get classed as terrorists? At what point do they get classed as enemy insurgents, Torture. I like to think torture is to be veiled. However, if I had a nickel for every time the players tortured information out of someone by pulling fingernails and stuff, I'd have a lot of pennies. A lot of pennies. For thirst, thirst similar to health. Not similar to health, similar to starving to death. It's something we can talk about. But for the most part, people were nah to cancer. Let's veil gaslighting. So, great thing about gaslighting is if you're being gaslit, you'll know you're you'll know you're being gaslit because these are live sessions. You can go back after it and be like, we have been gaslit. I now understand the assignment.
We have been bamboozled, led astray, taken the mug.
I feel like I should have asked this already. I feel like this should be a question. What exactly does veiling entail?
Veiling is where, instead of being sort of outright with it, best way to think about veiling is fading to black. So let's say you are gonna be gaslit. We'll use Big Bad Evil Guy for example. They want you to do something. They say they'll give you a bunch of power. Straight. I'll sit here and talk you in circles until you believe it yourself. To veil that in gaslighting would just be, hey, roll an insight check at disadvantage. And then I tell you what's happened. So for things like that, it's a case of just trying to make you aware certain things are happening, but also move it off screen. Because there are a bunch of things that we do and don't want. Again, police aggression was one of those ones where people let's veil police aggression. So I suppose if you ever hear the phrase "get him, Johnson," self-harm was one of those ones that two people were like, let's just not touch that. Great news is the only self-harm that will really ever come up is those ones where you've got to, bite yourself for a bit of blood, or someone decides they're gonna tell you how they reset their wrist after breaking it or shit. Sexual assault, the fact that 3 people were here for sexual assault makes me worry about those 3 people. Surprisingly, one of those people wasn't Jason. Who knew? And torture was veiled for someone. Again, I won't be doing much torturing. There are certain scenes where it's very clear that someone has been or is in the process of being tortured that yous will interrupt. However, in my experience, yous tend to be the torturers.
Are we though?
Yes. Yes, the pulling someone's fingernails off is classed as torture. Tying them to a chair and repeatedly punching them is classed as torture. Threatening to pull out their teeth is also classed as torture. You guys have done some fuck shit in these campaigns.
While interrogating someone, tickling their feet.
Oh, you get no idea the stuff you missed in the Eve and I'll tell you that much.
Okay. I need to go watch the sessions.
Tipler did say that they should tickle these guys. But yeah, half the stuff here just simply won't show up. And like I said, gaslighting is one of those things. These sessions when I hit finish, it's already live, so you're good to go ahead and just check it back. It's there, so if you think, oh, are we being fucked around like that? Yes, you can check it. However, can't really act on it. That there is metagaming, and there is an acceptable level of metagaming.
I also thought that veiling meant like if something that you wanted veiled is going to come up, that maybe a DM would contact us with private messages to warn us about it, just to be prepared.
That's something that can be done. I tend to just move it away, as you know. I didn't put it in here, and it's really dumb that I've got to put it in here, so I'll put it in a little bit. But I tend to just say, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what's happened. Here's the crack, for lack of better terminology. This is what's happened, and I'll try to make it as close to PG-13. Yeah, as close to PG-13 as possible. That hey, this is something that's happening, but you can still escape it. So, no need to worry there. I'm just trying to set this grid because grids are great, and I am nothing if not consistent with me gridding. So. Next on the list of things, like I say here, put this back into sports mode. I haven't wrote a single thing down yet. So this one is for a lots of peoples. So this is for basically anybody who picks up on a watch, and for everybody here. It's regarding AI content. A lot of creatures in this module. A lot of them. And it seems to be a thing for 4th edition in general. There is a base stat block, and then they just modify it and give it a different name. So there's one piece of artwork to represent like 40 different things. And whilst that sounds really simple in theory, we're playing on a VTT. So you kind of want to be able to differentiate your targets as much as possible. So I ain't made of money, and half the official art ain't out there. So I have gone ahead and created a ton of artwork to try and represent similar tokens, to keep things in the same light, so that way you know what's going on. Where possible, I have used official token art that I have been able to find online using Forgotten Realms wiki and all that. But again, when you've got like 10 separate creatures, all that are basically this one image in a very varied stat block, it's difficult to say the least. Player tokens are AI generated. We're here for a fun time. And frankly put, people die quick, and I don't want people out of the game quick. If you die at the beginning of the session, I think it'd be really cool to get you in like 30 minutes later in another character that you have built up. That's like, having people sitting out for a whole session, not so fun. Just ask Vox, who spent 3 sessions hoping that the people would go and save his character. They did not go and save his character. Or just ask Jalen, who last session found himself banished to the plane of Pandemonium.
Fun.
They thought they could take on 5 Mind Flayers and some Alhoons while standing in a thin corridor.
George who died in turn 2.
What?
George who died on turn 2.
Yeah.
Dungeon Mad Mage, Cleric.
Yep. To be fair though, you watched as I closed the door. And then quickly flicked through all of the creatures. Like, you should have known opening that door a volley of held actions were going to go off. That's on you. And the fact I was able to do it 3 more times as well, like, in the same combat. Come on. Simply put on this one here. In terms of it, you don't have to like it, but you kind of have to accept it. Nobody has the much money. I fucking spell a mistake there. Not everybody has the money to commission art that they want for something that's theirs. simply put, the AI lets me say that I own these arts because that's how it is, and I am a great fan of using the machine without feeding the machine. Or in other words,
At least you don't claim yourself an AI artist.
Oh no, please. I'm far more superior than that. But yeah, we use the machine. We never feed the machine because the machine is bad until it becomes good. But if I need to sit there and figure out whether or not fucking Donald Trump has punched fucking Vladimir Putin in the face, if I need to find 3 separate news sources to correspond with a video, you know, some people just shouldn't have access to this powerful stuff. Sir, next on the list, theme and style. Because everything is a little thematic in places sometimes, and we do have a style here, ladies and gentlemen. So, roleplay.
Yes, please.
Role-playing. Some of us have had a long break. Some of us haven't played since April. Some of us have been DMing in that time. Some of us are in other games, and one of us is brand new. But we're here to tell a story, not sit, scratch our asses in silence. Don't think, just do. If something's getting a little bit awkward...
My characters never shut up, so...
Yeah, I've noticed. Noticed that one. Don't think, just do. Don't worry about anything else. And pros and courage. Essentially, walking and talking is what we'll call it there. If you're going somewhere and you guys are just shooting the shit talking, yous are walking to your destination. However which way you're going there, if there's roleplay involved, just assume, if you haven't given any other plan, that I am consciously believing that you are walking to where you're going, and just letting you guys chew the fat. Because, you know, roleplay. Also, the more yous talk, the more I can like go to the toilet and stuff. Like, this game's gonna finish at like 4 in the morning for me. I mean, if I've been up since 7 AM, like, you know, I can talk really fast when I'm sleep deprived. Voices, accents, and webcams are not a prerequisite. Just make sure that if you are talking over the table, that it is clear that you are talking over the table. As the amount of times that someone who maybe does have a character voice doesn't use it, and then says, oh, I'm talking in character, or oh, I'm talking over the table, and it's like, okay, well, I guess everything I've been planning is down the toilet. So just try to keep that clear split for clarity's sake for everybody.
Also, you can raise your hand if you want to speak, or like get attention from the DM.
Tone. Cinematically gritty. If you've ever seen a Guy Ritchie film, alright, you haven't, go watch The Gentleman. That's its peak, it's great, it's hilarious, it's also really gritty, but it's hilarious, and that's what I like. Completely irreverent stuff to happen. Serious to very not serious to dumb is perfect.
Like Robin Hood Men in Tights?
I haven't seen that film.
You should.
But that's my way of that. Be a little cheesy. This is a 1 through 20. Hopefully it's a 1 through 20. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how things are. Get stupid. You've got 4 other people. Get to know them. Play off of them. That should actually be 5 other people. You got 5 other companions there. Get to know them. Play off each other. Chew the fat. Make friends. Make relationships. Make love, not Warcraft. Just, you know, smash cut comedy. It's hilarious. That's the irreverent part. Something really serious happens, and then someone does something really dumb, and it's like, oh, smash cut to this thing. I do it all the time. It breaks up tension. It is quite funny. You know, by all means, it's encouraged.
Yeah, like war crimes.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you delay blast Fireball Big Ben. It happens. But yeah.
Like a Richard moment.
You know, don't assume everything's really serious, because it's not really serious. This is a game that's going to go potentially towards the Shadowfell and to an awful lot of dark places. We don't need to be dark as well. We can be
Use
chill.
light spells.
You know,
You can use the light cantrip.
we can be chill. Theme. It's kind of overwhelming, but heroic. So, Eve of Ruin, Icewind Dale, they have you fighting literal gods. You might do that here, but you don't know you're going to do it for some time. I don't even like. You might not actually fight Orcus. I don't know. I haven't read the full module yet. I don't have it. I need to buy it. So you know. But you're badasses in your own separate rights throughout. You are going to fight creatures that will potentially be a tad unbalanced, and I apologize. I don't know 4th edition. I've tried to make things as fair as possible. Fights could be a real breeze, or they could be insanely hard. An insanely hard fight will feel really good when you win, and the other fights not so much. I will push you. I will. Like, if you just came off a short rest, you go into a combat and you burn through everything. I'm sorry, if you come off a long rest, and you burn through everything in a combat, I go, oh, I think we should take a rest. It's, no, you can go on. You're fine. You'll be fine. I'll push you on. You'll have to fight tactically, but you'll feel better for it. I'll say that much. Now, sandbox and open world. You're in a region, and in that region, you will have some structures. So, an open region to play in, and there's more structure around, but you won't be able to win every fight. I feel I need to... You cannot win every fight. I will place things down as random encounters. Be that a random encounter that you're going to fight or fuck is a different story. But it's there. And just because it's there, and just because it has a pulse and blood running through its veins, doesn't mean in 5 minutes' time it needs to not have a pulse.
No murder hobos. Gotcha.
Wait, we can fuck our enemies?
I was gonna ask
That's what you're going.
Is that how we can defeat our enemies? Can we fuck them?
Don't worry,
If you're into
guys.
necrophilia.
Don't worry, guys. I have a way with hags unzips armor. I'm about to make a deal with her she won't forget. But you are. Now here's the fun part. What can I do for you? This is an open forum before we go into other stuff. You've had 10 slides of just shit thrown at you. Now it's a case of anything in particular that's been missed out that you guys want.
Alcohol.
This is a BYOB campaign.
Can I romance the DM IRL?
My lips are a little chapped right now, but you know, all I'm saying is, right? All I'm saying is,
Put that fucking shit down. I'm so glad this shit's being recorded. I'm so glad.
It's being recorded.
That's being streamed.
That's today's short. That's today's short.
but yeah, everybody good? Anybody got anything they want to bring up that may have been forgotten right now?
What kind of war crimes are acceptable?
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll let you think about that question for a moment. Quinn.
Oh, I was saying, you know, in the thing it says it takes us all over the planes. We had mentioned the Shadowfell, like when it comes to the planes, different parts of the Forgotten Realms. What are we looking at? What are we looking for?
So, the keep on the Shadowfell.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, that's a potentiality. In the new module, this one's the King of the Troll Hunt Warrens. This comes after the first 3. I was looking at the beautiful artwork again because the artwork is beautiful and I like it. Like here's like, oh, that's. I'm holding up a picture of a green goblin. Can anybody tell me why this might be an issue to the stream?
Green screen.
So, God, there's so much green in all of this fucking artwork.
I feel like all goblins should actually just be orange.
I mean, green lives matter, bro. But I'm just saying.
Don't discriminate.
Yeah, so right here, it says view of a Feywild gate. So I imagine, given how late in the book this is, there's a chance that you may also end up in the Feywild.
I hate the Fey so fucking much.
So you may end up there. Also,
That sounds like a That sounds like a lot of racism, buddy boy.
It's not racism. It's more just I hate their. That's what actually I'm gonna say that.
Just something about them. I don't know.
Hey, Nye, remember? I just hate them. I just hate those fucking geth. Make Waterdeep great again.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
So, just as an aforementioned, anywhere.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
The great idea of anywhere is because I had to pull this book out last night. Last night I had to pull this book out, because we're still using 2014 rules right now in Eve of Ruin. Did you guys know in 2014 you can just send someone to another plane of existence with plane shift?
Yes.
An
No, not
unwilling
plane
creature.
shift. Not again,
you
please.
can just,
I'm so tired.
You can just plane shift an unwilling creature. So I sent Q's character, the barbarian, by the way. I sent it to Arborea.
Buddy, I remember my character was banished. We had to do an entire side session to get back.
Yeah, can
Exactly.
you select the plane? You select the plane where you send them?
So with 2024 rules, that isn't a rule anymore. However, there are rules that I still carry over from 2014 that aren't in 2024. That certainly could be one rule if you guys wanted. Any rule that I use, yous are also free to use. So like marking, tumbling, overrunning, stuff like that. They're on the Dungeon Master's Guide, but I'm happy to give those details out in those rules. Like, they work. So, in terms of the planes, I imagine, given the context, Shadowfell, Feywild, and Abyss are probably going to be where we end up. Especially if we do have to fight Orcus, there is a chance that that's going to happen either in the Shadowfell or in the Abyss.
I smile so devilishly. Abyss, you say?
Yeah, I ain't done nothing in the Abyss, but I
There's
have
a certain
source books.
there's a certain spider I need to visit down there.
Sadly, the certain spider I think you're thinking of, if I just go over here. I have like all the books, by the way, so like, sadly I think the certain spider you may be thinking of, I just quickly pull over to here, and if I keep scrolling through, eventually, with the certain spider you're thinking of look a bit like that.
Maybe. Maybe.
So this campaign that's currently running, that I run on Thursdays, is running parallel to this campaign in the same world at the same time. So I guess it's whoever gets to her first.
Alright, speedrun time.
Guys, time to speedrun.
Go.
Get your Minecraft boats.
Let's see, plane's gonna be Shadow, Fell, Abyss, and Feywild. I'm gonna put a question mark by those two. And this is where you guys get to learn about my horrible handwriting. But Yar, those are what we got here for that. Any other questions that don't involve war crimes?
How many people can we kill before, let's say, a regional, let's say like someone with influential power? How many people can we kill before they start being like, okay, let's send people to kill these guys?
You are the people. that are sent
we
to
are the
kill.
people.
Yeah, you are the people that are sent to kill those guys.
Okay. So there's so to phrase, there is no limit. Whatever we deem is necessary is necessary.
Here's what I will say: within the first 5 sessions, the cobalt population of the region is going to take a massive fucking hit. Like,
Unless we die first.
it's going to take a massive hit.
I think we'll get along swimmingly, guys.
Yay!
Why? Who is? Cool. Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
how will the I know a guys work specifically? Because I know for some individuals it's like, oh, they can contact me anywhere. But with my specific Noah guy, it's via letter. How will things like that specifically work? Are they like always around?
Sending spell. So
Okay.
for you specifically, if it's a guy that you contact via letter, then it's a pen pal you've had, and you easily get a sending spell out there. For everybody else, it is a case of it's essentially like a quantum NPC. They're always within about a mile of like the safest place where they're needed. It might be someone in the town. Essentially, you guys have said here. This is the long sheet, so let me grab a particular sheet of anyone. Okay, so got one here. So I have someone who. Oh yeah, this one here. Just so you guys are aware, my parents are a shifter and a minotaur. They live in Silvery Moon and are happily married. Shockingly.
How nice.
Shockingly, it's been added. Not by me. Shockingly. So, for here, for example, we've got one here. There's this person who is apparently in Neverwinter, and they do research for a particular group. So that person could have been sent by that particular group to this region before yourselves, and you know at the time, you always know that they are always there. You're aware they're quantum, you're aware of where they are, who they are, and what they're doing. And essentially, if it's a topic that you are sitting there going, what the hell do I do? What's going on? How does this happen? Where do we go from here? It's like, I know a guy that can help with that one. It's this person, here we go, they're in this particular region. We go there, there's that particular thing. This person is the absolute expert in this field for that moment in time. There's nobody out there that knows more than this person for that very particular second. And then they forget. So after that they're kind of done. So they are a one and done resource here. However, by the time we get to the next looking campaign, it does seem to be more of a. By the time we get to the next campaign, it seems to be a different-ish region. So we could obviously have more Noahs as a result in this particular region. Chapter 1, we'll call these chapters. Chapter 1 is kind of freeform over. Chapter 2 kind of takes us into the Underdark area. And then Chapter 3 is a mega dungeon. So, but if you haven't used your Noah guy by Chapter 3, you're really not going to be able to use them in Chapter 3 unless you have a sending spell. But given that it's just a dungeon, and it's a big dungeon, but it's a dungeon nonetheless, it's maybe a bit difficult to use them. But again, the DM preps for 100 situations and the players pull out that one that they didn't think of. Happens every time.
Alright, I think that answers my questions as of right now.
I'm writing this down here, and no, I'm just gonna end up by fucking putting it to paper. Trust me. But yeah, let's run into some my expectations of what I would like to see from you as an overall whole, because these are things that sadly this exists because clearly it's happened, you know? The rule doesn't exist until someone makes the reason for the rule. So, what I'd like to see from you is life. It finds a way. But, you know, some games have had some excellent RP, others it's been dire. Let's just try aim for no silence. You know, think, talk, run it through with each other. I have 3 Florida men here.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Like,
I shoot down Quinn.
But you know, like someone's got to try stick their hand in the alligator's mouth at some point. You know,
God bless.
someone. Again, not every fight can be won. Some of this it may feel really unbalanced for the level, and I'm gonna notice it sooner than you, but I'm not gonna tell you. Like, I'll just know it's unbalanced as you get into it, and it's up to you to use that discretion. How can we actually win this? Can us level 4 player characters fight this adult red dragon? You know. I know.
Basically a gothic playthrough where you have to avoid certain areas if you don't want to die.
I know the answer. You should hopefully know the answer. Hopefully. Absolutely no main characters. I have people who have acted like it, and it ruins it for others. If you start giving that energy, I'll let you know, and then you stop. Don't ruin other people's fun. If it doesn't stop, I've already kicked someone from a game that was going on live before, and to be honest, I'm like really feeling that power rush. Like, you know, don't tempt me, Mr. Frodo. Transparency and mutual respect. If there's a problem, fucking say something. There's complaints forms, there's DMs. If you have a problem and you don't do anything about it, congratulations, you're contributing to your own problem.
Amen.
And, you know, if you cause me to hate the game that I'm running, then oh boy. There's a reason that I didn't try to contact Laparelle. Know your sheets. Help out where you can. When Alpha, this one goes basically more towards yous than anybody else. It's 2024 rules, and you guys are playing in campaigns with 2024 rules, so you'll understand it a bit better. I'll also be helping it as well. But, you know, in terms of things, just know your sheet and what you are capable of and what you can do. You know, such great things being as when Richard first found out about the Dungeon Master's Guide and all the stuff in the back of the Dungeon Master's Guide, but didn't know a fucking thing about the Artificer.
Yeah, he loved the tumble action. He loved the tumble action. There's so many things he learned from the Dungeon Master's Guide. And then I went,
and
now
nothing
nothing
from Nothing from Cash's Cauldron of Everything regarding a subclass or anything, no. But the Dungeon Master's Guide. So, I keep my player's handbook in here, right next to the copious amount of sex toys and drugs. So
what kinds?
Rehypnol. I don't know why that's there, I forget. But I've got my player's handbook, Dungeon Masters, and Monster Manual in there, as well as the modules. If you have a physical copy of the 2024 book, keep it handy. You know, if we can all look up the same rules in the same places and come to understandings in the middle of a game, we can set the rule there going forward. It's happened already in the other games, and we can continue to keep it happening here, so that way we all have the same cohesive understanding. Important information. So, these are some terms and shit that's gonna get thrown around. Some of it's new to some of you, some of it's not so new to some of you. Fluid cannon. Fantastic. So, what you see isn't what you always saw. If I or someone else has to play your character, they might do things your character normally wouldn't do. They might act like how your character wouldn't.
It may
That's
sound
great.
like a Southern American, for example.
Yeah. Or they may
Box.
or they may take the only non-humanoid lizard folk. They may take the only lizard folk and put a rope around his neck and treat him like a dog. Yep.
Fucking excuse me?
Yeah, that happened in a game
Yeah, it was a
very recently, and I had to
I
edit
found
that out because at the
I
time
just
we're all
had
laughing.
Vietnam flashbacks. Holy.
At the time we're all laughing like, oh yeah, this is really really dumb, and then viewing it back, I'm like, wow, we took the only guy here who isn't a normal humanoid, and we put basically a collar around his neck, had him on all fours and dociled him, and he's the actual native to this land.
Yeah, he was the
Guys,
only native.
Guys, we committed to slavery.
Not to mention that that it was done because of the fact that we were coming up on a camp of non-natives who were basically encroaching on the land. They were bringing foreign disease.
What?
Have you ever seen Pocahontas, ladies and gentlemen?
Holy shit. That is the worst way to blend in.
But I had to sit there for 4 hours of a 3-hour session in this one 40-minute section and edit it out and basically try to hide the fact that this had happened and try to make it not as bad as possible. Else we were all going to hell preheated and cancelled. And I was like, alright, let's maybe we all sat on that, hey guys, we done a really bad racism here. We done a slavery in here. We should all feel really bad about this. I'm watching this back and oh dear God, and everybody was like, fuck. Because it wasn't until after it we realised how bad it was. So let's all be each other's checks and bounds. But that's part of the fluid canon because the player then said, well, no, that didn't happen. And we're like, yeah, that didn't happen. It's not so much of that, however, but essentially before you return, you're told what the person did. Be it something stupid, outlandish, and you can keep it as close to or as far away as possible. Dealer's choice. So, an example that goes good is in the same game, a person couldn't make it, and they were all camping for the night. So I just put him in his tent. And for the entire time, I said he was just whacking it. Furiously whacking it in the jungle. Player came back and said that entire night he was fighting with a snake in his tent. Hilarious.
Oh, with snake on it.
Yeah.
Those are the sounds he made when he fought
No,
a snake.
He specifically said, "Oh, I'm fighting a one-eyed snake." That's what he said when he came back.
Oh, it's
Maybe he dreamt. Maybe he dreamt about it.
However, at the time, we all think, oh, he's whacking it. In actuality, a snake has broken into his tent. There's a snake in my tent. But yeah, if it's something people don't agree on, then it just doesn't happen. It's gaslighting that we're all in on. So if your character does something they wouldn't normally do, but there's some close enough stuff there, we maybe just didn't see it right, and you tell us actually what we saw, and we all just give you a big crisp thumbs up and go, yeah, that is exactly what actually happened. It's just a way to make sure that you still have some autonomy over your character when you're not here.
like Jason method acting, sleeping during a short rest when he actually fell asleep.
Time and travel. So, putting it here now. 1 hit die is 1 hour. Great way to help track, because you can only have a long rest once. So 1 hit die is an hour, and it's a good way to track that one. A short rest will be taken on the basis of how many maximum hit die are rolled by any individual person. So someone may only roll 1, but someone may roll 8. Congratulations. That's an 8-hour short rest that was. It's easy for me to keep track of time, and I like my long rests. Things happen on long rests. Your character develops, things get thrown into the mix. Sometimes it could be a really boring session of just very little happening because you're just traveling to a place. Great news, surprise combat. Like, that's the great thing about it. I'll tell you when to hit the buttons to long rest. If you long rest before then, if there's a combat, you're out of the combat. So make sure you push the buttons when I tell you to push the buttons, not before them, because Vox. Notice how an awful lot of these rules exist because of Vox. So watches and long rests are important. Things can happen. Quests progress. You can be attacked. Anybody that's been here for a long enough period of time on a longish game will know that is the case. Even if something doesn't happen, something could have happened. You know, it just depends on how the roll goes. Was your perception roll decent enough? Was it enough to warrant the D100? I'll sit and roll dice and just, you know, I might even just decide then and there to throw something in just to keep these on your toes. Who knows? But if you press the long rest button when I say. And the books in use. Many of these creatures I'd have to make myself. So like a lot of homebrew. But there are also creatures in the books. It's like, oh, this is a goblin. This is a goblin this type. This is a goblin that type. It's like there's like 40 different types of fucking goblins. So you just grab it from the book. Variety is the spice of life, you know.
Tired, happy, overstressed.
So, here's a list of the books in play right now. Both player handbook, dungeon master guides, and monster manuals. Some creatures just are there, they're better. Bigby's, Fizzbands, Book of Many Things, Mordenkainen, Tasha, Xanathars. There are new books coming out in November. I will have those. So those will be in play from the moment they are released. I tend to buy the digital versions and such for the early use, so you guys will have it as early as possible. So in the event that you die or something happens or your character gets some new spells, we can find a way around it. Don't worry. I like some of the stuff in 2014 as well. Hags from 2014 and their Coven spell casting is far superior in my opinion. There are better lore for some creatures as well, it just makes sense. So if I have to customize the stat block using some stuff from 2014, I'll let you know prior. Forewarning right now, and I'm going to write it down as well. If you come across a Coven of Hags, which I fucking love hags, by the way.
I know you do, buddy. I know you do.
I love
You
hags.
use them
too,
for law.
but not in the way you think I love hags.
What was the spell they used on us last time? Was it lightning? Was it lightning bolt that almost PK'd us? Was that what that was? Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So, it's going to be 2024 creatures, but 2014 Coven rule. So more spell slots, more spells, but shared amount of slots. So makes the fights a little more interesting, I would say. I like how they have more. They are a little deadlier. They are a little fuckier. I also have contracts I've written up galore that I use for these things. So there's plenty. If something's gonna happen, I've got something for it. We
For clarification, because sometimes I understand things differently. So they have an expanded spell list, but they all share the same spell slots.
Yeah, so let me grab the 2014 manual and Death Knight, Horned Devil, back just a little, Chain Devil, we're in Devils, that's why. Right, Hellhound. Yeah, there we go. Hags. So a Hag Coven, for your notation purposes, MM14, page 176. Whilst all 3 members of a hag coven are within distance, they can each cast a certain number of spells from the wizard's spell list, but they must share the slots amongst themselves. So these three creatures have 16 spell slots between them to share. So they're not gonna cast all these spells together. They're gonna cast the spells, and then they'll all lose that spell slot. So
so they cast it together as if they share spell slots.
Yeah. So
they can. From my understanding, they can cast spells individually, but the slots they use to cast the spell is shared from all the coven members.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
So they actually have 3 times the amount of spell slots. Like,
they're from what I'm understanding, they're more deadly, but also more easily kept in check.
So there's 17 spell slots to use, okay? But when each hag casts a spell, it depletes the pool. So they don't have 17 spell slots each, they have 17 spell slots between them. And they pick the spells that they're going to use at that moment in time, and it rips from the pool. When you fight it, you'll understand more so, but it's more fun than the spells they get in 2024, and that seems to be the case with many things. But yeah.
I really like it. I really like it.
For it, again, similar things in Player's Handbook and Dungeon Master Guide that I just like. Those actions at the back of Dungeon Master Guide 14 that are just missing from 2024. Also, some of the rules in 24. Remember, you can just choose to fail a saving throw now. You can just say, I want to fail that. Yeah, and it'll happen.
Like my new cap DM?
Oh, he did make him make water deep great again. Fucking man.
and you choose to fail a death saving throw?
It's technically a saving
I'm
throw.
asking for Nye. Remember, please let me die.
In the middle of a boss fight. But yeah, here we go with some additional rules. These are very particular and special rules that I like. So, on the square. Now that's a weird thing to say. What does on the square mean? Well,
5 by 5.
Not quite, honey. Not quite. You get there. I can very quickly explain. Can I go like this? Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. So I'll pull this up in a minute to show you, but let me grab, this small town right here, and it loads in. We all see the beautiful VTT map, one of the many maps that I have so graciously created.
Black screen, no token.
No, you don't got to be in the server right now. I pulled it up on my screen.
Ah, okay.
So, on the grid, essentially, for purposes here, I'm going to use the blue stick out quite nice. You know what, I'm going to make these lines pretty thick. Oh yeah. Thick line. So, on the grid, you have a fireball. So, that's roughly a fireball. This is acceptable. This is not. Yes. No. Yes. Nar. Oui. No. Si. No. Ja. 9. Essentially, play it on the grid. You have to obviously play around with it. You might not get the desired effect that you want, but it is how it is. Everything should be played on the grid. So, this part up here, we'll go with 1. There will always be a faint-ish grid available, but if you need the grid to be a little thicker at any point, do just say. I have this amazing pet peeve where if it isn't on the fucking grid, it's going to drive me nuts. So if your token is somehow misaligned, I'm going to try and fix it. Because everything should be... I don't have OCD, but we're playing on a grid.
Yeah.
The buildings can at least be aligned to the grid, so that way they're comfortable to look at.
I don't have OCD either, but Minecraft gives me OCD.
Like how everything should snap to the grid, right?
Stop! We can't. No.
What? No. I heard no, and I got scared and confused.
Sorry, me and Vampy met on a Minecraft server, and we've been going through hell with this fucking server.
Okay, no Minecraft mentioned ever.
But I should have put an image in here. Yeah, placing a spell or effect in a single square on the grid, not between them. It's mainly for accuracy, and it means you need to prioritize your targets just a bit more carefully. It means beware friendly fire, but if there is going to be friendly fire, double check that it's okay. Because, you could accidentally nuke your teammates' hit points there. Or what? It's a boss fight. I need to pee. Does anybody think they know what that means?
That we have to shit you?
I mean that it's a boss fight.
And our rules at times. And our rules and strategies ahead of time and use a ruler tool.
To say it got really quiet now, and I feel like it's lost up and picked it up. Let's see, everybody. But no, it's a boss fight. It's a phrasing. It's one of the greatest trigger phrases that I have. It's a boss fight is akin to something more fun.
Is your trigger phase?
Has anybody ever here played some professional chess before?
Professional? No, but I know how chess works.
So there's a rule in professional chess. Once you take your finger off the piece, regardless of what happens, that piece is going to be played indefinitely. No takes back.
What you do on your turn is what you do on your turn, and you can't do anything else.
Yes. So rules are fast and loose 9 times out of 10. Once you enter a boss fight, they lock down to their strictest. We declare your actions, we don't assume your actions. If you're a barbarian and you walk in, you take 2 swings and then go, oh, they should have been reckless. Great. Remember that in your next turn. The only leeway that I'll give is if you're playing someone else's character, because it's someone else's character and you don't know what they're capable of. Any other time, it is a case of know your sheep. If you move, you've moved. The second you let go and that little piece starts to slide, that's you. If you're silent after 30 seconds, and then, if I say your name and I get nothing, and I haven't seen or heard that you're going AFK, after 30 seconds of your name being called, you took the dodge action. So people do have issues with their internet and such, it does happen, just try and get that to as soon as possible. But when these particular things, I want to keep the pace moving as quickly as possible, because combat drags sometimes. Yeah.
Especially someone has a lot of actions that they can do, like extra attacks, bonus actions, special actions.
If you click it off, you did it, unless you physically can. For example, if you cast a spell and then you go ahead and try to cast a bonus action spell, rules say no, so that's a takes backsies, and you get the bonus action back. So that's a silly. Or if you've got no charges of something and you just clicked it, that's fine. But for the most part, it is you know your sheep, think of what you want to do in this combat on your turn as everything else is going on. It basically be in the moment and be constantly thinking. The big bad boss fights, anything declared as a boss fight is going to be one of those tough fights that you're going to be like, you know, in the weeds of, shall we say. So know your sheet, understand your limitations, and if you find yourself running a second sheet, there is that leniency there, because it's not your character. Shopping sessions! I fucking hate them. Burning passion. Let me know prior if you wanted to. Don't just spring it on me, or I will spring on you. A knuckle sandwich.
I still remember the shopping session from Descent into Avernus when we went to Sorcerer's Sundries and everyone went across the city and everyone was in hell. Before the hell.
Me no like shopping sessions that much. If people are going to do a shopping session, let me know beforehand, so I can fucking prep for it.
Okay.
The Stanislavski system. Don't. Method acting might be cool in the movies, but in D&D it's a pain in the ass when you fall asleep mid-session. Just, you know, please don't. Because
the person mentioned isn't here right now, so
yeah.
King or Jason.
King only done it once, but to be fair, King also never missed a fucking session. So like, you know, take it as it comes.
Yeah, Jason's.
But yeah,
I think Ronan also fell asleep. Laparo also fell asleep a few times.
he did indeed. But now we come to it. Final questions. Anybody at all? Another open forum with notes in the Discord regarding Veil rules. These are some things pulled specifically from another campaign that this came through, but it is still something, you know, that some rules that need to be put through. So just checking here. Everything.
What about personal quests? Like if someone wants to have a personal quest to do, like character development stuff.
I mean, that's something I'll work on in the background with people. That's something like I just fire through once I know. But once I know your characters are alive long enough, you know?
Okay, understandable.
Like session 1 or 2 is like, oh yeah, let's get your personal quest, and he's fucking dead. So like, you know, we'll cross that bridge if you get to it.
Okay.
You get to it.
Personals, levels, private discussion. Ah, man, user, you're gonna love this. But yeah, final set of questions. Anybody at all? Anybody has anything based off of the newer information that has been presented to them?
Multi-classing. I just remembered that if I want to multi-class, I need to go to college, so that can be done between the campaigns when you said we'd have some downtime.
Yeah, I see the multi-classing here with it, and it's going to take a bit of time. Definitely a downtime thing to learn. Also, you need to meet the prerequisites as well.
Yeah. No problem there. Where you meet them.
So that's going to be, that'll be one of those fun ones that'll happen. However, the downtimes will be weird. I'm going to try and get things running as close to parallel as possible with Eve of Ruin. Just need to remember the Eve of Ruin guys did time travel, so it does fuck things up a tiny bit. But yeah. Any other questions from anybody else regarding anything else here right now?
Can't say I have any.
Yeah, I think we're all good.
Sir, with that, with our best Australian impression done, if you want to log into the server, you can. Make sure your sheets are right, make sure everything's good. Here is the everything here. These are the party token. Party token also doubles as the bag of holding or the handy haversack if you get one. These are classed as, similar to Baldur's Gate, quantum, meaning everybody and nobody has it at the same time. So there's no worry about, oh, who has this, who has that. The bag of holding or the handy haversack is in place exactly with everybody. So do not worry. Treat that like Baldur's Gate 3. Plot it straight into the general. I'm going to pop the link. And I'm going to pin that shit. And with it, I do not believe there are any passwords.
Yay!
So these are sheets.
If you ever do make passwords, combine the poopy butthole, please.
That's not very secure, given that everybody now knows what it is. But sure. For here, just whilst we're here, I will show you this. So, this is the wading through blood map part here. So it ain't as bad as it could be, which is good. So yeah. Any issues, and I can certainly try to find a way to turn the blood blue or something. I don't know, see what I can do there, but you know.
Fun by me.
For everybody else, if you just want to get in, take a look at your sheets, make sure you actually have access to your sheets.
Yeah, I do.
We're all spun around here for the most part. And everybody will have access to this sheet here. Their player, the LOP party. The POL party, sorry, points to late party. We're all here. You can choose your sheet type, be that the Tidy 5e, the default, or the no Tidy. It's the dealer's choice. If you need me to set it, I can. There we go. Make sure everybody is set correctly as well. If you're missing anything, let me know now.
Could I please get a short sword for my packed weapon? Like bonus action conjure one?
Go.
Thank you.
No. For it, D&D Beyond is going to be our backups. So... Oh, okay.
Let me find the thing.
So, yeah. D&D Beyond is going to be our backups for the most part, so you guys will see that. Every now and then we'll update the stuff, make sure it's there. We'll level up on there, however. But it's a case of that's where we'll keep everything back up. Okay, cool. So every now and then we'll look into it. For it, the more use no foundry, the better. But in terms of things, I'm built in such a way that things will be quite fast for you to get things done, set up. Do just remind me of these things. Speaking of things reminding, Gwyn, Hellfire, is it still on your D&D Beyond sheet?
No.
I thought you replaced it with something killer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cooler, I don't know, but... Does the message cantrip, is that considered cooler?
It's killing some turtles. Okay, just don't update the fucking sheet.
Trying to understand my way around this sheet. It's my first time seeing this kind of sheet.
That one there, are you more familiar with? Are you more familiar with?
I'm more familiar with like Tidy 5e sheet. Yeah, this is what I'm more familiar with.
Yep, there is the new Tidy 5e sheet that's out, by the way.
Oh, is there?
Yep, I'll show it to you just now. It's similar to that one. I'll admit, I do like it. Myself, I was here, Tidy 5e sheet. Yep. Oh, you were already on it. This is the new Tidy 5e sheet.
I guess just give me a bit, and if I can't understand my way around it, I'll change it myself. But give me a bit with this one. I'll probably get used to it.
Yeah. What's your Foundry familiarity?
I've used Foundry for every single campaign I've been in, so I'm pretty familiar with it.
How many years and games and times are we talking there?
I've been using Foundry for, I guess, a total of like 5 to 8 campaigns.
What's that in like months, years?
In months and years, it's probably like a year, 2 years and a half.
They're about the same as me, I think. Okay. So,
there's still things I don't know, but...
Oh yeah. I try to keep a version or so behind. But I also keep like fucking 8 separate backups. Because I've been fucked over that many times. For it here, as most of you all know, it is a low automation game. There are certainly automations that are there, but for the most part, manual asking as close to pen and paper as possible without playing on it with paper. So rolling attacks, you'll see the attacks and the damage show up. And then that, so I'll just use Nye's character right here. Throw a sickle on, and yeah. Attack, damage is there. Any additionals, click it off. If you know how to do customs, set up your customs and such. You know, it's all geared. Creatures as well. So for example, let me just do this. So you know that like one image of like that little white girl on the couch with like 20 black guys? There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Like all of us getting that feeling. So all of their attacks are private. That being said, you know, I can verify rolls. Technically, you can verify rolls as well. Please don't just tune in and stream the metagame. That's bad. That's a no. For
That's bad. Okay.
Right. Okay. There's many good Mexican people in heaven, so you know. All right. Clearly, someone's not seen the new South Park. Noted. Makes me sad.
The Charlie Kirk one that they took down.
No, the one where Garrison joins ICE.
Oh wait, no, I've seen that one.
And the guy in the news goes, "There are many Mexicans in heaven," and it smash cuts to ICE just rolling up to heaven to deport Mexicans.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was fantastic. But yeah, I'll roll privately. Sometimes I might also just roll in person. And again, that's one of those things where like, if shit is nuts, I'll send photos. When I start pulling out source books, don't worry too much. And if ever things are feeling a little bit saucy, there's always a deck of many things right at hand. So we are cooking with gas. we say. So I was going to check, is everybody's character sheet correct? Everything set up, everything good? All Gucci and Gucci?
I'm seeing 12 hit points on my character sheet when I should have 8. Like,
Why is that?
no idea. I put the hit roll, like health die to manual. That's the only thing I did.
At level 1, you get the maximum amount of hit points.
That's 8. I don't know where I got the other 4 from. Because I have 0 con. Is it like
right on my sheet?
Yeah, I'm looking for the features. Weird.
Let's update it just now. HP. Why is it still saying the maximum? What's that?
My maximum is I don't know. It should be 8.
I'm aware, I've updated it and everything. There we go. I'll leave this over a second.
Yay.
There we go. So, here. Next up, let's see. Nye, all good in the hood, bud?
Yeah, I have looked over it, and I was looking at D&D Beyond as well. But yeah, I remember where you were talking about the feat when you have something from 2014.
Yeah, all feats should be 2024 variants, if possible.
Yeah. So, only thing I pretty much want is the architect background feature, because I think that's the one where you basically get to see what something is worth. Let me double check. Yeah, the archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
Let me double.
Archaeologist is from Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh.
So. Check.
Yes, you're right. It is Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh, they're converting it already. I didn't know that,
If it makes you feel better, I wasn't paying attention.
Archaeologist, historical knowledge, enter a ruin dungeon correctly, forget its original purpose. I mean, yeah, if you want to take archaeologist, you can. You just need to put in a specific origin. Basically, pick an origin feat to go with it.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna
I think I just need to. Yeah, the skilled one. Yeah, the skilled feat, because that's the most simple one to do.
So you're gonna take archaeologist. I'll just update you just now. Archaeologist. And then you get a tool, cartographer or navigation.
I will go cartographers.
And you get a language.
Undercommon.
I smile at you. Undercommon, you say.
Oh, you
Yeah.
saucy bit. And then the feat that you were going to take from that was skilled.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, we're here. Skilled or repeat. Yeah. Pick a skill or tool.
For a skill, I will take stealth.
Just gonna search bar, fuck yeah. Pick a skill or a tool.
If I recall, there was like monster harvesting tools.
Yeah, but I don't think they're from Player's Handbook.
Ah.
I don't know.
And I'll take alchemist then.
Alchemist tools, okay. Alchemist supplies, and then pick a skill or a tool.
And I will choose nature.
Here we go. And at that, you are there, and I will now take your character and your skills.
Yeah, let me close out the sheet in Foundry as well.
Don't worry. Yep. Q with a 0 con mod is just to be it.
Yeah.
There we go. So now is all good. When missing anything?
Yes.
All good. Listen.
It seems to be good for me. I mean, I'm not noticing anything that's missing. Looks good to me.
Okay. Vampy, all good in the hood? Did I miss anything? Need anything updated?
No, I'm still pretty and gorgeous, so that's all that really matters to me.
You are?
I know, I'm not an ugly goblin.
I mean, there's absolutely nothing that a wish spell can't fix.
Okay, wait, guys. I actually think I'm pretty hideous.
Again, there's nothing a wish spell can't fix. Remember,
I mean, if you want, we can always rearrange your face if you want us to.
I think Eleven's face has been damaged quite enough.
Oh, my
I mean,
Pookie.
like, only one person wanted us to veil police aggression, so if that person wants to turn their, block their ears and such, we can certainly, rearrange some faces. We can rearrange faces LAPD style. It's also cheap.
But no, I don't think there's anything missing from the sheet that I can notice right now.
Okay, then with that, and then with that. Level fight, and level for this one here, and I'll take that one's one person's button right here, and they're all looks good. I'm gonna assume that all's good with Jason. Jason does already have this PowerPoint touch as well. Like I said, if there's any questions, you can message me. We got no questions from Jason so far, so put a big thumbs up there. King had to dip because he had to catch a train. Fun fact, just as his train was about to leave the station, there was an accident, and now he has to get another train elsewhere in the city, and it's the last train home.
Oh no,
Hilarious.
poor guy.
But yeah, I'll assume everything's good, but I'll double check with him. Tomorrow, that is looking good, however, a phase. Oh yeah, he's got that. So let's see, I should double check these numbers here. It is... a fighter has a D10 plus con. Yep, he's good there. He's got a shit ton of daggers, however, but we won't talk about that.
Daggers are very needed, okay?
He's a fighter.
If you want, I can give you one of mine.
I would love that, actually, because then I can just throw a dagger at someone.
Yeah,
Shaking people is so much fun.
Yay,
Yeah, there
grievous
you go.
bodily
You-
harm.
Put one extra dagger to your character sheet, and I'm gonna delete one of mine. So there you go.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Is Silvery Moon like London?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say so, personally.
But technically
No.
speaking, the Faerun is kind of like London because everybody's just out here fucking stabbing everybody.
To be fair, it's very true. Oh wait, what would be? Wait. I would assume the Underdark would
Waterdeep would
basically
be like
be
Ohio
Florida.
or Florida.
Yeah.
The Underdark would be Florida with how much shit wants to, how much nightmare
No.
shit just pops out of nowhere.
No, that would be
No.
Australia.
No,
That'd be Australia.
No. Florida is chilled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, because I've been there for the past few months.
I will say this is like my first time actually playing like a module game. So far, I've been only playing homebrew, so I'm very excited to see.
Let's be
how
very
this goes.
clear. Let's be very clear. I am very loosely sticking to this. It's between two books. The core concept is there, and some stuff is there. I do this thing where I look at what it says, and I go, right, it says that, and then words start coming out before you know it. Before you know it, like someone who's supposed to be really aggressive and wants to fight you is trying to fuck you. And I'm just sitting there like, where am I going with this? I don't know. Where are you going with this? And everybody's like, this is such a weird interaction. And I'm like, yeah, but they're fucking with it. They are. They're loving it. They're eating it all up. Why are you like this? I don't know. Like, there are going to be They're going to be very loose concepts because Book 1 is actually rather simple. Book 1 is just this book, because the second book in the module is actually the SRD quick guide, which is again like 4th edition's nuts. Tell you one thing that 4th edition was really good at though.
Combat?
It was basically built for combat, so much so they gave you the maps. This doesn't normally happen, I swear. Just a bit of performance anxiety, is that it?
Maybe.
There we go! They gave you the maps.
What's the wrong?
Gridded and everything. So we have these. Book number 1, Shadowfell, is a singular book, and it's very much the Lost Mind of Phandelver of 4th edition, except it's fucking legible. Who said that? When we get to book 2 and 3, however, that's when things become real fun. So book 2.
I'm not gonna fake roll anymore. I feel like I'm gonna use up all my luck.
Book 2 is the we'll call that the lore book. So it says here's what's going on, here's some of the bigger maps, here's what's happening. And then book number 2 is actually where all the shit happens. So book number 2 is quite literally just a book of here's a room, here's what's in the room, this is what's happening, here's the map. Flip the page, here's a room, here's what's happening in the room, here's what's in the room, here's the combat, here's the map. And so on and so forth. And, it'll be very loose for that reason, but themes will remain the same. I've only, and I'll say this now, I've only trialed the first part of the first module because someone done something really stupid, and it ended up with people basically almost dying. I say that it was basically
on a scale
a
of 1 to
TPK.
10.
A TPK.
Oh shit.
However, everybody was placed down on the map. Everybody was ready to go. It's all looking good. And then as soon as we were placed on the map, one guy immediately dragged his token all the way to the other side and walked right into a camp filled with creatures. So, genius. Just don't run in front of traffic is all I'm gonna say. But
Unless you're emo.
go on, Quinn. Run in front of traffic.
Actually, I'm goth, not emo.
Wrist check regardless.
Guess I will.
Oh, I want to hold hands.
No.
Which one
Fuck
holds
you.
your hands?
No, I don't know where your feces have been.
Florida,
What?
that's enough. If the answer is
Yeah, I'm probably
Florida,
covered
that's
in
enough.
unvaccinated children.
Ugh, vaccination.
Okay.
I know how you could be not covered in unvaccinated children. Step 1, stop working in the corners and get a real job.
DM, from my backstory, I take highly offense to that. College debt is no joke.
Are you a vaccinated child?
You've heard him talk. You've
No,
heard
he
some
said
of the
stop
stuff.
working the corners.
You've heard some of the stuff he's said since we've got here. Do you think he's vaccinated?
I gotta use my 2 brain cells for this.
Ah, a fellow vaccinated
I
child,
mean-
I see.
If the
Windows have
anti-vaxxers
to
are right and it
restart.
gives their kids autism, then I'd say so.
Every time I fall asleep, the Windows XP log off noise plays. That's the one thing Stephen Hawking and I have in common. When he powered off, it made the same noise.
Oh,
Difference is he didn't wake up.
God.
I'm holding back a laugh with that one speed meme.
Do you know he was on the Epstein flight log?
A lot of people were.
Oh, yeah, Timmy, don't stop. Don't stop, Timmy. You know how to get my megabytes flowing. Oh, that's a great thought.
Megabytes flowing.
Oh.
They just smash cuts and it's just the kid with the plug constantly plugging them in and out of the wall. Just
For your
stroking,
software update.
just edging a software update the entire time, like clicking 5 more minutes. Hell, we're going to hell. Preheated, but we're going
Oh
there.
man, I just got back.
Ah,
Never mind. Oh my god, no, it's been over a year. Oh my god. Oh. I don't like this game anymore.
gonna go listen to
I'm
my.
tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
They're gonna go ahead and listen to my new mixtape. It's only 3 songs long. It's 50 Cent, Many Men, followed by Wu-Tang Clan, Protect Your Neck, followed by Notorious Big, Who Shot Ya?
I'm fucking with it. So far.
Oh, that's the only 3 songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well then,
But-
this is terrible.
Playlist name's Ohio.
Ohio.
Sorry, Utah. I keep mixing those 2 places up. I miss Pepsi. I miss having the one guy that I could say he's from everywhere.
I miss Pepsi. He's my. I had my girlfriend tell me this because me and Vampy, we have characters that have flirted in the past, and Pepsi was my character romancer. So I've been saying that Vampy's my work wife replacement.
Replacement? This is appalling information.
What, you
I
want to
knew
be
I
my
thought.
primary work wife? I mean, sure, man, go for it.
Hello?
Yeah, so, timing wise, I've got to put on here time. This is the only campaign that is consistent with its time. So, even if the sesh doesn't go up, if I haven't said anything, assume there's a game. And
Okay.
assume it's at the same time, unless something
Nice.
terrible happens. So, time, this is the only consistent game. We do tend to flock early and then start, similar to most other games. Like, you know, I'll set the time. We probably won't start for 15 minutes after that, just because, you know, people got to get here. bunch of talk shit, see how things are. Just, you know, we get to enjoy it. Plus, you know, you might be late. If you're running late, let me know. One of those things, you know, give me as much time as possible to know. Depending upon the situation, if I don't have half or more, then I won't run, because, you know, I don't want to put you into big fights with, like, most people playing other people's characters. But yeah, barring that, we good. Does he know this started? What this was? 12, 45 and UK, and over here.
I'll be right back, just getting something to drink.
Oh, well, that's the thing. Unless anybody has anything else, we are done.
Okay. I'm fine.
Now I'm gonna do this
I'm fine
really
as well.
hilarious thing where I save this. Very nice.
Do work a job where I can't have my phone on me until like break. So there might be times where I'm unable to respond or tell you when I'm able to make it because of how hectic it can be sometimes.
What is roughly break? Like, when would you normally finish work?
My time, I normally finish 11 p.m.
So 4 a.m. here,
Yeah.
and that's every week.
Or
are you
from what I see in my schedule, it's pretty consistent, but the days of which I'm working is different, but the time frame is the same.
Okay, so the days you're different.
Yeah. I work from 5 to 10, but sometimes it takes longer depending on how many people are in, and then I have to also go home, which takes a little bit of time as well.
This is gonna
Oh
be
my
one
god,
of those-
Foss fell off the tower.
What?
Sorry.
Did you kick
Nothing.
him off?
No, someone else just said he fell off. Sorry. Nothing.
I'm assuming it's going to be basically impossible for you to say, hey, can I just have, like, not working Fridays?
For right now, yes, considering this was my first week of work. The next week is my second week of work.
Oh, you're still in probation period.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, you still got time for the company to fuck you.
Yeah, no, I'm still very tender.
What is the job?
I work at a fast food place.
Ah, even better.
Yeah. It's relatively chill
Yeah.
though, most days. It's relatively chill. Just Thursday was hectic as National Burger Day, whatever the fuck.
Of course America has a National Burger Day. Of course it does.
It's so fucking American and it appalls me.
And your lobby music is
We
the
also
same
have
music on
fried
loop.
butter.
Yes, it's the same music. It's appearing in my fucking nightmares.
Oh, I
Of
need
course,
to
it's
know what
America.
it is.
We also have fried butter as a dish.
I work at a Five Guys location.
Oh, Five Guys. Hey, Five Guys isn't that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's mainly just my feet hurt a lot. And depending on the manager that's working, it might be a good day. Might be a good day where we close early, or it might be a bad day where I don't get home until like 12.
Yeah, we would probably be finished by that point then, so probably best to let us know your shift as and when.
Alright. I was going to suggest something like that.
Yeah, because I'm cool to work around it. I will say if it is like one of those things where you consistently are working weekends, maybe in case you know have to look into other options for you there. But would rather not that be the case. I imagine when you first took on this campaign, you weren't working.
No, I was not. I was very much unemployed.
Ah. I done that once, it was horrible. Worst 9 months of my life.
No, because you're just sitting around wanting to do something, but there's nothing to do.
Not just that.
I'm retired.
Not just that.
Hey.
I was initially working, and I was fired.
Fired? What?
Because the manager didn't like me.
Oh, that's fucking terrible.
So she tried to say that I was stealing from the tills, despite having no proof, and had a few forged letters in regards to it from other people that said I declined to work in other areas. She was like, can you work the bakery? I'm like, I can work the bakery, but I cannot work the bakery at 6 in the morning given I don't drive. And I live 5 miles away from here. And apparently that was me saying I can't work the bakery as well. A lie.
I'm always so careful around my managers. I try not to say much, but I also apologize a shit ton because I know if they just feel so inclined, they can just get rid of me.
Yeah, there's all the notes I've taken.
Yeah, I'm looking at those notes, especially someone's notes. I'm like, holy! Oh my god! I have a little section. Elvin, look at me. I point at the screen. It's right. It's me, guys. But looking at my schedule for next week, I don't work Friday.
I'm on the lates next week, which is great for me. You guys get no idea how fucking sore my throat is right now. I feel like I've gagged at least 3 cocks. I'm a 3-cock guy personally. But no. So like I ain't too sure about King. I ain't too sure about Jason. But by all accounts, I'm good to fuck next week. Don't know about yours.
I am good Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday is when I have days off for next week.
But are you good to fuck next week? That's the question I'm asking.
I'm good to fuck next week.
Fuck. Let's see.
If you're buying dinner, I mean...
if it aligns in my schedule, you know, and if we, you know, take the necessary precautions beforehand.
Fade to black, you mean?
I'll have you know I'm an avid heroin user.
So you fade to black quite often, actually.
Hey, what can I say? Alright, Puff the Magic Dragon is getting ever closer. And one of these days I will catch Puff. And I will Batista bomb Puff. But until that day happens, fade to black. But yeah, whilst this all this is going on, I'm also going to be trying getting modules and getting stuff updated and doing more work. There may come periods of time where we have to take a break whilst I get work done. Because I run a lot of games. And sometimes I need to do a lot. Sometimes I need to do a lot of work because of that. Prime example being yesterday's game, I now need to learn about 2 separate planes of existence. Everybody that's a character in those games need to make other characters, 2 sets of other characters, bar for 2 other players who only need to make 1. And I need to make a shit ton of maps. Because I thought it'd be hilarious to go ahead and banish 2 people to different planes of existence. And then randomly roll on a table to pick those planes of existence as opposed to just sending them off to, you know, Avernus.
I liked Avernus for when I played it.
Avernus is a module.
It's Avernus.
No, it's when it was a campaign that I played that took place in Avernus.
Oh.
Isn't that the one that you have to escape the drow in the first few sessions?
No, that's
Oh wait, that's Out the Abyss.
that's, yeah.
No, we spent our first few sessions of Descent into Avernus debating whether or not we should kill the bad guys that are obviously bad.
That's almost everyone in Baldur's Gate then.
Yeah, but was it
Yeah.
like bad like a font or bad in bold text?
Like bad with like villainous curled text with there was a guy who was consulting with the devil and then actively running a crime ring, and we were like, should we really kill this guy? But like, what if we don't?
If you think about it, he's technically contributing to society.
That's
getting
what we
people some
said.
jobs.
That's what we
Oh.
said. We said that for like 2 hours, and that conversation lasted for 2
So
hours.
if anything, if we kill him, a lot of people won't have jobs anymore.
Exactly. No, exactly.
And how will they feed their family?
But are they paying tax?
To be
that-
fair, who wants to pay tax?
Is that a taxable? Like, well, I mean, the Swedes, the Norse, the Danes, they all love paying tax.
Well, in this context, was the bad guy forcing his workers to pay a tax?
Probably a mental tax for having him as boss, but you know.
Yeah, a mental tax is nothing then. I think
We have-
overall it's fine.
Do they at least have workers' rights, like like paid time off and stuff?
No, what the fuck?
Sir, we're
No.
evil. Of course not. What type of stupid fucking question is that?
The only time you get time off is when you die. Even then, it's not guaranteed.
Even then, your boss shows up to your funeral, places his hand on your coffin, and goes, "Today of all days, we're short-staffed."
Sorry, my wife just had a child. I can't show up to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you can.
Bring your kid.
Exactly.
Show your newborn son the deep fryer.
Best to
Upload
introduce him to the family business.
Bryce, you
Or
want
does
your,
that sound like I can't
you want
show
your
up to work?
kids-
My grandma died.
You want your kids'
Why
first
didn't
worst
you-
to be, do you want fries with that? My
I'll
work
take a milkshake.
have this great policy where you're not allowed anybody else in the room with you whilst you are at work, okay? And that, like, it's for data protection reasons, but that also includes babies who can't talk and cry every 5 minutes because they were just born a week ago. And it's like, what, are you scared the children's first words are going to be "Good afternoon, Student Finance England"? Like, are you that concerned that the child's going to ask for two characters from their secret answer? And like, oh, it's the principle of it. I'm like, what? The kid's not going to remember the bank details. The kid barely remembers to fucking breathe. But no, apparently you can't argue logic with these things sometimes.
I'm just saying, man. Like, they're contributing to society. They're okay. They're getting jobs out. If anything, they're helping with the homeless issue. Pretty good guy. Pretty good guy.
There's no homeless issue. The people who are homeless just need to get homes. It's not that hard.
I think if crime rings are
broke, just get
supporting,
money.
like, I think if crime rings are solving more problems than AI is creating, then maybe we should think about something.
It's like being poor. Just stop being poor.
So true.
You're right. Just get a job.
Exactly. Just stop being homeless. Get a home. Not hard.
How
Not
about-
hard at all.
It's all about mentality.